And either for our troubles. Okay. Yeah, I might need that for Rosa. Okay, so Iridia got hammered there. Cure himself. And let's have Rosa do some. Wow, Cure 1 cured all. Cure 1 kills like 350 from her. Or 400 or so. Nice. So I'm expecting her to do that much curing without a staff equipped to boost her mental stats, but you know, I will take it. So very valuable lesson learned in that fight. Which is good too, because you know, I'll be fighting more of those things. I believe this is one of the trapped chests. Conjurer, okay. Yeah, I think this is the one that can summon the Thunder Dragons. But not this time, at least. In that case, you can kind of leisurely focus on the Conjurer and deal with her, because, yeah, the Arachne can't do anything. Have Cecil put... Whoops, didn't mean to click to press the button so quickly on that one. I meant to heal Rydia. Oh, ouch. Well, with a teammate actually being dead, you have to recast the float, and as well as pick up their HP back. So that's gonna be a little obnoxious. Basically means I can't heal her up in this fight. This means I can't heal her up in this fight because the Arachne would just finish her off before I could. I could stabilize her. Because yeah, they use Quake. They're basically very fast enemies. Oh, I'm not targeting the wrong one. Oh, you should probably finish the job there. There we go. All right. Ooh. So, let's do. Yeah, worth it to spend a little money here to keep Rosa's MP high. I'll use up some more of those Cure 1s too, since you know. What else am I going to use them for at this point? So I'll get them out of my inventory. So Cure 2 to do... There we go. So Cure 2s aren't... At this point... So basically this is the point at which Cure 2s aren't worth it. Oh, she's still floating, though. You can see that she still has the feather icon. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Who do I want to go after? Let's see if I can psych one. There we go. Get mute off. Perfect. Maybe they just have a bunch of physical attacks heading my way. Good grief, a lot of them too. I have to heal once soon as Rosa's turn comes back around. I have to heal Cecil. Nope, never mind. Okay, that doesn't actually work. In that case, I think I'm just gonna have to pare down the numbers before I can raise him. That's okay. It's okay damage-wise. In that case, let's see. That was okay. So he's a little ways down. Alright, so I need to remember that first imp is hurt. And let's do... let's do fire. Why not? And another one of... Let's see, I think Blitzer's just... There's the most MP, it just happens to be the strongest attack he's got, too. So between that stuff, I should be able to take care of them. Then we'll have... Oh, I didn't mean to hit Cecil. Yeah, that's gonna be just a waste of MP there. I missed the Final Fantasy 1 ineffective on that one. So, okay. So as far as her summons go, Titan is hands down the one I want to actually use. Yeah, that's the only one really worth bothering with. And let's use a Life, because I know Rosa's up next, and have her do a Cure 3 on the team. Hopefully be able to pull that off before anybody else gets hurt. And yeah, let's just get that going. I'd forgotten that it only targets the people that were active at the time. So yeah, it didn't affect Cecil. At least they rolled low on their attack on that one. I was starting to think maybe I should give Kane back the Blood Lance and just have him start jumping on these encounters. Okay. The Psyche can't give her any MP back. Okay. So it's kind of funny. It's like if I didn't need Rosa to do so much in these fights, her bonus against magic enemies actually makes her the heaviest damage dealer. Yeah. Mute is one of the statuses that doesn't actually wear off in this game, so it's a good way of doing that. Unfortunately, unlike there are some games where counterattacks basically count against basically your next turn. And it's not the case in this game, as you can see. If they would still go, then they still go. Smoke, alright. I think that's the one that lets you flee instantly. That one's not bad. Okay, so... Cure... Cure is worse than the disease. And Kane needs that too, yeah. This is where I kind of wish that Protect was still in this game. Alright. Trap chest, I believe. So, make sure... I think it's a good time for an Ether for Edge. There we go. That should give him 3 casts of Blitz if I need it. And Rosa will definitely be using... Rudy will definitely be using Titan. Yeah, the 5 Warriors, I remember this one. Alright, so... Important thing for them is that they don't counterattack. They do a lot of physical damage. So basically, I think the smart play here is to use Slow to slow them all down. Whereas Blink on Cecil would be nice because you can start covering people, but that only lasts for 2 attacks. And as you can see, we're gonna have 5 of them heading our way. So yeah, let's just go for Titan. And Ninja to... Oh, can't go wrong with Blitz. I definitely appreciate the reminder, Keen, on Edge's ninja magic, because I hardly ever use it. But yeah, these are the times when you really want to. And let's give this a try. So, Blood Lance, and jump on somebody in the back. Okay, oh, that was alright. Followed up with... Nice! Was expecting that to work quite so well, but... yeah, that actually was... couldn't get much better, you know, really. Fair enough. So it definitely hurts his damage output a little bit, but, you know, it's a pretty solid heal, too, at this point. There we go, Defender's Sword. Right. Yeah, because the Avenger is in Summon Monster, right? That'll do, Ninja. That'll do. So while Cecil has a strong weapon now, we can give Kane a higher tier weapon that also improves his defense. Now, this means you don't want him to jump with it, but since the enemies are so fast at this point, I actually don't want him to, unless I'm doing something like the Blood Lance. So we'll have him with the Defender and the fighting people. Unfortunately, this also means he won't get the bonus damage against the Arachnes, which means I might switch back for when one of those shows up. Yeah, we have one more treasure chest to get. Now, what I actually do when I'm playing solo is, I actually got these, yeah, 3 of them. Is actually go to the Summon Monsters land first and use the inn. Poison Axe. Edge is now strong enough to move him up to the front rank, I think. Because that's a longsword and a ninjato. Yeah, I think the time has come. So, form up. Put Edge in the middle. At least in the party formation, Edge can be close to some ladies. Yeah, poison. Yeah, the poison. Yeah, Kane. Captain Kane. Keen mentioned that yeah, for the poison axe, is that it is a completely terrible weapon. It it's a two-handed axe, or basically like Sid's hammers, and this one lets me go up and around, I think. Is there anything here? That's where we started. Okay, so yeah, we are done. But yeah, you can. But yeah, it's a weak weapon, and it prevents you from using a shield because it counts as two-handed, like Sid's hammers. Terrible idea. Nice. Yeah, we don't even need to bother with those silly arrow strats. Still use them anyway, but. Nothing bad if a flub. Keen says that Kane has always been his favorite character in this one. Alright, well, in that case, that was intentional then. I like Kane too. I mean, I like everybody in this game. They really nailed the cast in 2. I think part of it's because it's a little bit simpler. Oh, okay, that doesn't actually work. In that case, this is probably going to be faster then. See, the exit's like right there. Here we go. So I'm probably going to switch people back to their anti-aerial weapons for this one. Let's see, boomerang and spear. Holy cow! I think that worked. I think that worked out great. Yeah, shoot! I don't even need to. Not when Edge is going to just, bust out that much damage. But yeah, I think it's one of the consequences of having a simpler game is that you can kind of read more into the characters. You can kind of have more. You can kind of imprint the experiences you have with those archetypes on them, and kind of have some fun with it that way. It's like you don't need for Cecil to be as overly developed as for a lot of things, because he's a by the numbers paladin, good guy, warrior of light stuff, and the wrinkles are on the areas at which he's not, with actually having a love interest instead of getting one in the story, starting off as a dark knight and all that. But yeah, other than that, it's like one of the things too where you start off with these simpler archetypes and you go from there to add more to them. Like Rosa is maybe the whole the main heroine is a support mage character, and they already had her being really being a little independent, having archery as a backup skill. Whoa! Well, censor that sexy spider lady. He's at work. She had pasties or something on, right? There's something over her chest. It's good enough for TV, right? We are finally here. I like the music here, so I'm probably gonna quiet down a little bit. Plus that, my voice is starting to be a little rough too. I've been I was sick on Saturday, and I've been feeling a little bit better, but still not quite back to 100%. Rat Tail. We didn't talk to the guy at Silvera because we hadn't had the hovercraft yet, but he is the guy who deals with monster tails, so we'll need to come back and talk to him. Just walking around gathering more loot. Callers can summon some of them. remember this was actually in a Nintendo Power I read. But yeah, you might be wondering, how do you get... there's a spot you can try to figure out how to get to. It's actually you step onto that tile, and it takes you to get this stuff. There's a Yoichi bow and arrows. The rat tail, just like in the Legends of Arthur, King of the Britons. And you can actually keep going back onto that matching tile down there and leave the cave completely. But yeah, we're not going to be doing that one just yet. As a matter of fact, we have the rest of the town to get to. We have the whole reason for coming here. Excuse you. Alright, this is the actual... Hi, Rydia. Oh, right, we put Rydia back in charge. Yeah, she's come home. What? It is a little strange, to be honest. Yep, if you somehow made it through the Cave of Summoned Monsters with, every third fight being an Arachne that will completely destroy your party with Quake, if you made it that far, somehow survived without knowing that float trumps earth magic, then you finally get to find out. And I think I can find a safe point and use a cabin on it, which, as you can see, is about just 200 gold cheaper than... Oh, I could just use a couple tents, I guess. Yeah, use a cabin. That's 1,000 gold. I've got almost 300k. Welcome back, Zane. We finally made it through the Cave of Summoned Monsters, and we're back at the town of Summoned Monsters. Now, I always have a soft spot for the monster. Like I keep calling the town of the Univere in Rune Factory Monstro Town from Mario RPG, and I always have a soft spot for that kind of thing in games. The whole scenario of where enemies actually have their civil, or not enemies, but other types of creatures, the other monsters have their civilization too. I think I always like that when there's more to the world than what you interact with. Let's equip that new bow. Should be a pretty good jump in damage too. Yeah, 11 points. Okay. The main reason we're here is to take on the leaders of Monster Village. And we're going to need to gear up a bit for that. Not that you can gear up much here, but... Oh, they actually tell you have to beat Asura to speak to... You have to survive Ashura's wrath before you can deal with the king. We can buy a new whip for Rydia, but whips are terrible. They don't have back row properties. You'll never actually use them. Lunar Staff, I don't think it does anything as an item, but it's good for her. Likewise, those are basically just good for increasing their casting stats. And just like the charm, or like the charm stuff, it is super effective against big enemies. So we're just going to get that, sort, buy another couple, and sell some more. So buy 10, 2. Okay, good enough. Good enough, I think. Oh, whips have a penalty to Rydia's intelligence as... Oh, you're going to be streaming too, Zane. Well, alright, have fun. I'll probably swing by after I get done here if you're still at it. But yeah, so in addition to Rydia missing out on the stat bonus from a rod, whips penalize it too. Ouch. I guess you figure Rydia would have to be a little crazy to run into melee with... when she's with a terrible HP and cloth armor. Armor. In scare quotes. Alright, so we hadn't decided about the claws yet. I think we're basically done with elemental matching. I'll hold on to it for a little bit though. I want that. Done with that. Done with that. Done with those. Oh, I forgot to sell that. Oh, I forgot to equip that tiara I got. Oops. Never to use a poison axe. And okay. Yeah, let's go check that out. So right now, Rydia has, you can see her wisdom is 45, which I think is what she cares about. Yeah, the willpower is 56. So yeah, that is 45, and that's with having a, what do you have? The dancing dagger. Should have no bonus to it. So let's go ahead and give her the charm rod. You can see that lowered her attack. I gave her 10 points of wisdom. So that'll make her spells that much stronger. Yeah, the reason why, basically, if those of you who haven't played the game before, if you want to see the real reason why Rose's spells heal for so much more than Cecil's, 56 versus 27. She has 30 more points going into her formula on how much her cure spells heal. I mean, it's that simple. So yeah, you can, with 30 making that much of a difference, you can guess how much 10 is for Rydia's magic. Anyway, let's go ahead and buy her a whip just to compare. So Blitz Whip does do lightning damage. There may be times when that we'd actually care about that. So 19 agility, 55, or 45 before. Alright. Okay, yeah, it might be different versions of the game Keen, but that didn't change her stats at all. It just didn't give them a bonus. But yeah, we don't actually want Rydia to be whipping things. We want her to be nuking things. Let's not forget our Tiara 2. And I think mute arrows are still going to be the best for Asura too. So we'll stick with those. Yeah, it might just be the DS version. I know they tweaked a lot in the DS version. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's the definitive version. I think the augment system changes a little too much, but it's still. Oh, I didn't know Rosa could use those. Buy one of those. Okay. So sorcerer, it's a black robe. Right. How much would that be worth for Cecil anyway? So 53 and 11. He loses. Basically, he loses 5 defense for 5 magic defense. Given how much more severe, and that's true, and he's behind on armor too. So yeah, it's not really going to be worth it, especially. Yeah, Rose obviously couldn't wear the black robe, so that's her next armor upgrade. Sell that old one. It's going to be right there. Right there. All right. Item sort. Let's go do a little... Oh, let's talk to them too. It's like the reverse Wells and Marjorie from Rune Factory. It's a town full of monsters. What would those filthy humans do? Once you get humans in town, you'll never get rid of them. Yeah, where we actually want to go is the library. Get into a good book. Every single one of them has some lore about either the summons or the summon monster or the land of monsters itself. I'm not going to waste too much time with that. Do you have literature in the world of humans? Okay, get myself a drink. Okay, so anybody who doesn't know, the gimmick for Asura is that she spams cure spells on herself. You can power through that, or you can cast Reflect on her and basically remove that from the equation in exchange for having her occasionally heal you, but keeping you from using direct damage on her, unless you reflect somebody else and bounce that off onto her. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm thinking we're probably going to reflect... which has a better defense of those two? 229. Okay, we're going to reflect to Rosa. She's the most durable back rank, I think. Yep, you know the rules, kiddo. If you don't fight, you don't eat. I mean, what? Absolutely. And this is a game over if you do it wrong, so... Yeah, we haven't had a boss in a while, so it's... Yeah. Alright, yeah, once again, we're just going to wait until Rosa's turn comes up. If you're wondering why the Cure 4 healed for 0, that's because... let's make sure to give Kane a lance so we can jump. But yeah, that's because Cure 4 simply tops off your HP to its maximum value, and if you hadn't taken any damage, so that would have been 0. Alright, wall. So here's the thing, once you get started, you fight in earnest, because once that wall goes down, there's a chance the spell that breaks it will be a Cure 4. I think it's still capped at 9999 if she has more than that, but it is... you do not want to let that happen. Okay, light should be fine. Her main source of damage is counterattacking, as you might guess. Let's give him a spear. I think Blizzard Spear is probably my best one there. Ouch. This is the reason you want Kane to jump, to keep him from being a target of those counterattacks. There's a lot more damage to the front row. I don't have a spell yet, so we're going to use a summon. Here we go. Chocobo, go get it. So, wall herself. And then I can have Rydia start bouncing stuff off to go after her. Ouch! Okay. That may be for the best. At least that will keep... well, that'll let Cecil recover. But yeah, with a lot of things, because of the way her system works, since you counterattacks for primary damage, you want her hits to hit her to basically have as much power as they can. So let's haste. I think Edge might actually do the most damage between him and Cecil. Let's see, Cecil does about 900. Whereas Edge does... Say in any fight of attrition, you're going to want some extra firepower. So having a DOT basically. So Edge has a bit more than Cecil. In that case, let's just set up a cover on Edge. Okay. And of course, reflected things don't provoke counters, which is, or rather reflects for that matter. So far, so good on the wall holding up. How about we reflect a? You can also check and see the status of the wall by starting to cast a cure spell, and we can see it's still there. So bounce a slow off, and that way, even if it does wear off in time, we should still be able to get a moment before. Holy cow! Just will get a moment before it. Or she heals herself. Okay. This is a little earlier than I usually do this fight. So well, not really. Actually, pretty much as soon as you get haste is when you're safe to, or not haste, wall. As soon as you get wall, you're pretty safe to go to town on her. Oh snap! Not expecting all that damage. Does she know Life 2 yet? I don't think she does. That's like endgame stuff. Life 1. And now Rydia's down 2. Yeah, occasionally the life spells will actually bounce off and help you out, but you can't count on those. Nope. I just did the most damage there. Okay, sweet. Would it be great if Rydia wasn't there for her boss's defeat? Well, not her bosses, like her mother figure, basically. Ouch, that's a lot of damage. I'm trying to decide if it's actually worth it to keep, to get Cecil up. So right one. How about... Let's do this one to keep his HP topped off. So... Have Blood Lance, jump. And at this point... Here two... Okay, Walt is off on Rosa. So... In that case, the play is Titan. Do I want to reflect her again and try to... Maybe, I think she's far enough down. I can try to just power through the rest of this with summons and keeping the guys topped off. Ooh! Ouch. Wasn't expecting that. This just also lets you know about how much willpower Asura has. That her cures go off for about as much as Rose's do. Let's try it again. In theory, it's a good plan. There we go. That wasn't even that much XP for Cecil to miss out on. Need her help. Sweet. Asura, unfortunately, is not a very good summon. It's like, yeah, she either does a full party, Life 1, Cure 3, or Cure 4. A full heal on your entire party is awesome, but, there's a 1 in 3 chance that she'll hit you with something worthless instead, and, yeah, basically, if your party gets Life 1, they needed the Cure 3, and if they need a Life 1, they're not going to get it, so... Going back a bit, Keen was thinking that it might have been specifically the Flame Whip you get in the final dungeon that has those stat modifiers on it. That could be. I know that you can give her, I think, what is it, the Minerva Bustier, that kind of completely swaps her stats around to make her front row based, but it doesn't give her any more HP. Her HP is still terrible, so it's just not worth it. If you do summon monsters last, you can actually have the Avenger, which is a pretty good sword for Cecil in that fight. He gets more damage, he attacks faster, and you don't really have to worry about him. He doesn't have life. I don't think he does anyway, does he? He doesn't actually have life, so he doesn't really much help keeping your party going anyway. All right. So let's do Defender, yep, and let's have. I don't think I'm going to actually have Kane. Yeah, I guess I'm probably just going to have Kane jump. That might keep him out of some trouble anyway. And you want to make sure that as many people that can get ice resistance do. But unfortunately, I think it's just going to be the guys. Yeah, Rune, Mute, arrows. All right. Yeah, she's probably never actually going to fire an arrow at Leviathan, so let's not even really waste our time with it. Let's go try that Lunar Staff. Okay. All right, they're about as ready as we're going to be. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, if you talk to Leviathan first, he'll just say, "The king, not me." We will contest you. Well, I don't think it's the strength of our will so much as the strength of our strength stat and our tactics, but fair, close enough. So yeah, this is Leviathan's gimmick, as it is with in a lot of games. He just does a lot of damage, and we don't have a shell spell to mitigate it. Edge would have been doing even more damage if I'd actually thought of this. Where is my... Oh, I sold my longsword because I thought that was a spare. Oops. Well, I feel like an idiot now. Well, I can buy another one. In that case, I'm thinking... Oh, I don't know which is better, the Dancing Dagger or the Boomerang. Let's try it. Okay. So it's a little bit worse than the Boomerang, I think. Anyway, the main thing, the main school of thought here is that he'll periodically cast lightning spells, ice spells, until he does another big wave. Basically, I almost forgot. Yeah, you want to slow him down the first time so that Rosa can keep up with the healing. Because every time he does a big wave, you cure your party, and then that's pretty much it for this fight. So yeah, I need to cast slow on him. Michael Phelps got another gold medal. Wow. Okay, Drain Spear is just not working for us. Also, I'm just going to show here that it's not actually vulnerable to lightning, despite what you might expect. So let's do Boomerang, and just about to hurt. Yeah, Rosa's probably going to need this. Yep. Okay. A quick look here. I think everybody can survive a... Yeah, that's about regular damage. I think everybody can survive a big wave here. Well, you know what? Let's give the Drained Sword a try. Or the Blood Sword. Yeah, feeling that was coming. So about 1,200 damage for that one. And Virus to keep the... Oh, actually, the Dancing Dagger was stronger. Okay, it looks like the Blood Sword is a lot stronger than the Blood Spear, which I guess the bonuses on the sword being better make up for... yeah, Cure 3 this time. I think we'll Berserk Edge next time, after I have a chance to swap his dagger back in. Yeah, I think that'll probably... You pretty much got it handled at this point. Kind of neat too when you have something to pause the game, like pulling open a menu. You can actually check and see that, or verify that it's not instantly from the sprite changing to the attack. That is actually two separate actions. Yeah, you can't really do anything more to him. I think we verified that Bio was stronger than Thundara anyway, but you know. I'm not berserking Cecil this time, because there will be times when I'm actually going to want him to cure somebody that is above and beyond what Rosa can do. For example, if he big waves, and I don't actually... Holy cow! But yeah, if he big waves, then the Edge would have actually died there. So that gets him out of the one-shot kill zone. And yeah, that's just a huge increase on damage that Edge is doing now that he's Berserk. Okay, so Edge might not have died there, but still worth it to just to avoid the risk there. At this point, you just keep up the punishment, and see, after the big wave, he hasn't even gone back to neutral yet, and we still got pretty good damage on him. We're back to pretty much full health on us. As a matter of fact, I think he's actually free to haste Cecil. This is probably the best choice there. I kind of wish they'd mix and match the fights better, because Leviathan's actually pretty easy, and Asura, as you saw, can actually be pretty hard. I mean, there are ways of dealing with it, like buying a bunch of high-end things for Edge to throw and fight her that way, and of course, not selling your second best weapon right before going into your boss fight is great too. Let's see, we'll just do a Cure 3. Why not? They might have also been expecting you to do the 2 fights without saving, and you would be a lot more strapped for resources if you did it that way. But, you know, why would you? You get a save point there, and there we go. Yeah, so basically no real threat after, especially after Asura. Levels all around. Now, whereas it sure is a power of light. It sure is. Yeah, whereas Asura is kind of a terrible summon, Leviathan is actually really good. And having Leviathan ready to bust out some damage in the boss fights coming up is probably the best use of Rydia's turns. At least if you have the MP to burn. That's another reason why it's kind of profitable to do the sealed cave in 2 waves like that. Because, you know, that way you... And actually, let's make a regular save here, because I'm pretty much done fighting enemies here. But, yeah, it's... Yep, and as a matter of fact, it's almost 10 o'clock. We just knocked out our 2 bosses. We've got... we'll be picking up with the Sylph Cave and the Sealed Cave next time. So